NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena in downtown Salt Lake City. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz taking on the Houston Rockets. The opening tip-off is won by the Houston Rockets. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season, but those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
To Gobert. Off the assist.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Paul. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rubio into the front court. Down 4. Knocked loose. Houston with the basketball. Paul to Anthony. Mitchell with the basketball. He'll run the offense.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Alec Burks. Count it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
From the painted area, won't go down. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Jazz have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Rubio against Chris Paul. Runner here, won't go. Gordon with it. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. Here's Rubio up top. Just under a minute to play here in a swift-moving opening quarter. Burks here against P.J. Tucker. Now Paul with the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know the defender got dunked on, but I really praise him for stepping in the lane and at least trying to contest the shot.
To Rubio. Screen coming. Cephalosha picked up by Nene. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Jay Crowder has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% at the line. First one goes down. And he makes them both. To Paul.
Left.
Deep two there, won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end. Deep three at the buzzer. A three-pointer at the buzzer is good. They can check it all they want, but that clearly was fired in time. And it gives them the lead after one quarter. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Down low to Favors. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To P.J. Tucker. Shot from the lane won't go. Mitchell against Chris Paul. And they call it.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
It's Jazz ball. Ingles matched up with Capella. Screen coming. Joe Ingles to Kevin Huerter. Sizing up the defense. Mitchell. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Paul to Harden. Has a look. Harden shot, no good. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
We're going to see a team take the lead here.
Paul to Capella. Clint Capella. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Mitchell with it up top. Down just a couple. To Kevin Huerter. Joe Ingles to Kevin Huerter. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 3, Ricky Rubio.
Paul to Anthony. That one.
moment, go get him.
Substitutions, Utah. Substitutions, Houston.
Rubio against Chris Paul. Houston takes over. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Oh, Gobert sends him packing.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Cephalosha against Tucker. It's a big finish.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Rockets have the steal. Paul. Jazz pick it up. Rubio. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense. You can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Paul. Goes to the left side. Around the perimeter to P.J. Tucker. Paul. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Here comes the screen. Burks picked up by Nene. Paul across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for
a simple touch foul.
That's his second personal foul. The Rockets are now serving the penalty.
Rubio to Alec Burks. Ricky Rubio. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
It's Rockets ball. Paul. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Here's Rubio into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they hurry. Crowder defended by Tucker. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Nothing going here on that drive. Cruises inside for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Rockets come up with it. That ends the third quarter. The Rockets with the lead. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
Won't go down. Utah ball. Knocked loose. Cephalosha against Harden. Rises for the slam. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Rubio into the front court. His guys down 3. Knocked loose. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
To Gobert. Shot from in close, no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Knocked loose. Favors picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Joe Ingles calls out a...
From the start, let's do it.
Substitutions, Houston.
Rubio, Carter Williams on him. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Rockets did what great teams do best: finish. When you're able to get steals like they did here today, it greatly improves your chances of winning. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Minutes, coach.
We welcome you to downtown Houston. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard, Jay Williams. And Jay, from the land of the space program, this one's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. It's also become another international hub in the NBA. Croatia, Australia, Cameroon, Turkey. Jay, those are where some of the recent Sixers have hailed from. It's the norm now in the National Basketball Association.
The globalization of the game is real, and I try to tell kids all the time, in particular the ones who are playing this game right now, that the NBA represents less than 0.0001% of the world. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, is doing a great job of expanding the footprint of the game, taking the game to China, taking the game to Europe, taking the game to Mexico. There's no doubt about it. This league represents the best in the world.
That's a Duke guy putting his mat skills to the test. Well done. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Here's Simmons with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Redick. To Embiid. Has a chance. Almost, but no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
I got you.
To P.J. Tucker, 3 seconds. Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. And this will be...
Let's go, fellas. Let's go, John.
Substitutions, Houston. Serving in for the 76ers, number 24.
Simmons to Covington. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Rebound taken in by Paul. Throws it down.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Knocked loose. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. So possession stays with Philadelphia. For three. Misfires. It's no good. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. Deep three at the buzzer. A three-pointer at the buzzer is good. They can check it all they want, but that clearly was fired in time. And it gives them the lead after one quarter. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Sixers have the basketball. McConnell. Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. It remains Sixers basketball. Markelle Fultz. Nice pass to set things up.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here comes the screen. Nene to Harden. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Covington. Fultz to McConnell. From long range, the rebound belongs to Houston. Paul. Big slam. Oh, he looked like he was on a mission.
Welcome to the league, young fella. But just because you got a bucket doesn't mean that you don't have to do your rookie chores after the game.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Markelle Fultz to Redick.
Substitutions, Houston.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
We know what's coming. Go get it.
Substitutions, Houston. Stepping in for Philadelphia, number 9, Dario Saric.
Harden. And that's a backcourt violation.
For Houston,
Grayson Allen to Embiid. Slams it down.
And easy too. Get back on defense.
Great hustle. That's what you like to see. Rockets retain it. Fires the three. Not going down here. To Brunson. And Jay, they called the foul.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
that's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Grayson Allen
Hey, check up. Let's go. What's that cutter? What's the cutter? What's the cutter? What's the
to Brunson. 5 on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. Carter Williams with it up top. His guys down by 9. Blocked by Covington.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. And the slam.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Brunson to Covington. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that one.
Hey, you got the screen right. Screen right. Screen right.
Harden goes to the right side. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
Brunson to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's 3 for 7.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Brunson
Houston Rockets are
Joel Embiid cashes in. Someone has to get into his zip code.
Joel Embiid looking to take his game to a completely different level after working out with one of the best trainers in the league this offseason. An all-star for the first time last year, averaging 23 points. Safe to say, no longer trust the process. Joel Embiid is the process.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Harden with it up top. 14-point deficit. Has a look. The shot by Nene, no good.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Joel Embiid. With that, he's 5 for 9. Flushes down the slam. Late heave to beat the buzzer. 3 quarters down, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's been a compelling game. So far, the fourth quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. That'll be
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
Professor Live.
What's up, everybody? Professor Live. Today we're going to be checking out the one who was just in serious attack mode. Several dunks throughout the game. We got to check it out together. Let's get into it. Whew. Looked like a dunk contest tonight. The one could not be stopped from getting to the rim. Shout out to all the viewers. Appreciate you checking out the reactions. For more videos of the one, just get...
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets begin the game with the basketball.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Collison to Oladipo.
Right.
5 to shoot for Indiana. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call off P.J. Tucker. It remains Pacers basketball. Collison. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it. On the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Paul. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo.
Here we go.
Takes stock of the floor. Locked in to Turner. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
The drive right to the basket to Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul. They love this hustle. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Miles Turner. So the Rockets hold on to the basketball. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
For the Houston Rockets, number 10, Eric Gordon.
Has a look. Missed it. Not much more you can ask for from the defense there. Corey Joseph here against P.J. Tucker and breaks it up. It's Rockets ball. Shot from the lane won't go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
The assist.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough?
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. He buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Joseph with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Oladipo matched up with Nene. Not that time. Tucker. Has a chance. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the baseline, and make sure you communicate through every screen.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. you essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Rockets have the steal. That ends the first quarter. The Pacers have the lead. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter.
Substitutions, Indiana. Into the game for Houston, number 78.
Harden to Paul. Pulls up for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Evans to Young. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Capella.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Paul to Harden. Curling inside. And scores on the Euro step.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Evans to Young. Runner here, won't go. Carter Williams with it up top. 14-13 our score. It's a 1-point game. James Harden. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
I mean, this is something everybody can relate to in their lives. It's happened to me while doing broadcasts as well. Sometimes you're physically there, but mentally you're nowhere to be found. We obviously saw one of those same things happen on the court.
And look out.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Pacers control. To Evans. Driving right to the basket. Steps around the defender and puts it in. Nicely done.
And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long.
Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. Corey Joseph picked up by Paul. To Young. And Jay, they call the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's
Evans.
the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
To Young. Bojan Bogdanovic, guarded by Michael Carter-Williams. Shot clock violation.
Second violation for the Pacers.
Screen coming.
Short jumper stays out. So the difference, 3 points as we've reached the break. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Jay, I wouldn't confuse this team with the Houston Rockets, but there is no question the Pacers are built to play fast.
Yeah, one of the fastest teams in the league, and I think depth this year will help them towards the latter part of the season, particularly in the playoffs. Last year, you felt like you saw Victor Oladipo get a little bit tired, but now due to better conditioning, you add on a guy like Tyreke Evans, you have guys like Corey Joseph. This team is loaded with depth.
Anthony. Pacers come up with it. Young to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oladipo picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Yes, Victor Oladipo. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
You know, when I sit down and I think about it, it really blows my mind at how far Depot has came over the past 3 seasons. That first stop in Orlando, I remember watching a kid who had crazy talent and at times showed glimpses of brilliance, but also was really inconsistent. But in OKC, though, something changed, and it had to be the influence of Russell Westbrook. When you're around a dude that plays with 110% every day of the week, that has to push you mentally to levels that you never experienced before. That was the first time in his NBA career that he played meaningful basketball. He played with a purpose. Now when I look at him, I see a refocus. I see the dedication to the game he loves. There's no doubt now that he is the leader of this franchise.
Oladipo to Collison. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot, Darren Collison, off the mark. Now Paul with the basketball. Lead is 2. Knocked loose. Pacers have it. Oladipo. From long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Collison into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Oladipo to Collison. To Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
And I remember this in so much detail. I was watching the NBA pre-draft camp and I saw Miles Turner run.
Substitutions, Houston. Stepping in for the Indiana Pacers, number 2, Darren Collison.
Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Man, I've seen this kid play with some grown men prior to making it to the league. As my old friend would say, same pan, same grease.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Darren Collison, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Harden. To Paul. Knocked loose. Pacers come up with it. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Harden. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Collison against Chris Paul. To Evans. Collison. Darren Collison shakes free from a tough matchup and buries it.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have 2s when you can shoot 3s, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
To Harden. And the reward, he's going to the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Indiana with the basketball. Tyreke Evans. Harden's on him. To Paul. Cashes in for 2.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Collison. Oh, Miles Turner. He's now 5 for 6.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here's a whistle and an intentional foul. 2 free throws coming up with 25 seconds remaining.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
Goes 2 for 2. Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Collison to Evans. Great feed. Lays it up and in.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Turned away by Sabonis. That's out. Last touch by Domantas Sabonis. And they'll get the intentional foul here with 17 seconds to go.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. It's Indiana basketball. Oh, nice find for the basket. And they'll get the intentional foul. So 2 free throws coming up, and you figure 1 out of 2 could be enough to seal the deal.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. They'll let one fly from half court. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a present.
The Rockets took this down to the wire before getting the win. The statistic that seemed to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Houston Rockets. The Pacers must be devastated. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
On a 16 right here, but then when I go out of here, all of this, my balance is not right. My balance is supposed to be 101. When I get out, it's going to be 60.
For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson. The One proved again they belong in the league by securing a playoff seed after last night's victory. This is a big milestone for the rookie who delivered on high expectations in the pros after a year-long journey where he gained respect and buzz on the international street ball scene. We'll see whether or not this player can deliver on the NBA playoff stage. How far can the One go? Who knows? But we'll be watching. This is Pierce Simpson for Complex News.
right under the L, just like I remember. This may look like a little neighborhood court in the south side of Chicago, but some of the biggest and baddest players to come out of the shop play here. On this court, you gotta step it up to be the one.